Okay, good morning. Today I thought I will share with you some information regarding the analysis of data. Actually, when you want to cook, some alwa I want to prepare. So I need, what are the ingredients I need is wheat, sugar, dalda, oil, etc. These are all called as data. It is not enough I have the ingredients, data in hand. It has to be cooked, only then I will get alwa. Likewise, like I have various tools, depending upon the data what I am having, I can use various tools and then I have to analyze the data. That is what is the simple meaning for analysis of data. It is a process of applying statistical tools for the data what I have collected, okay, through questionnaire or through observation, interview, whatever. And why I am doing this analysis is I have to gain some meaningful knowledge from the data what I have collected. How I cook only I will come to know how tasty the alwa is. Similarly, it is not enough I just look at the ingredients. Same way the data, if I just collect, there is no meaning at all. Only when some tools are used, I will gain some knowledge from the data what I have collected. So for and doing that, collecting and doing that, applying the tools only is called as analysis of data. So here we are coming out with the interpretation, and through that interpretation we are collecting lot of gaining lot of knowledge, I can say. So there are three types of analysis. One is content analysis, narrative analysis, and discourse analysis. So when we use this content analysis, when you already have the documented data, everything is already there, in that case we will make use of content analysis. But in the case of narrative analysis, we collect the data through survey and then we make use of application of tools, that is called as narrative analysis. And there is one more thing called as discourse analysis, where here regarding you want to make a study about the lifestyle of the people. So regarding that social context, we collect the data, and face to face we have interaction, and then based on that information collected, we will make use of analysis. So, okay, just to have a look at this PPT, where I have told you, I have just given here, it's a process of applying statistical tools, as I told you. So like cooking the food, only with the help of analysis we can gather information and gain knowledge, and that knowledge what we gain, we are giving in the form of interpretation. And there are three types of analysis: content analysis, narrative analysis, and discourse analysis, based on documented information, or what data we collect through survey, or what interaction we have with the society, and do some social context related. Then we will go for analysis of data through discourse analysis. Okay. Now coming to the next one, which is very important, a very basic element, I can say, basic concept in statistics. There are two types of statistics. One we call it as descriptive, another one we call it as inferential statistics. So in the descriptive statistics, we are just explaining the situation. For example, a company want to go for recruitment, so that is the situation. So when they go for recruitment, obviously they will try to understand the problem. Many employees, they leave the company due to attrition. So in that case, what has to be done? So we are making use of one logic called as deductive reasoning, where we are coming from the general to specific. We will come down. I will explain you with the example. And this is here we will. It is a qualitative research where non-parametric tools we are making use of. And second one is inferential statistics. The difference is there I told describe the situation. Here we are collecting the data and we are trying to make some generalizations about. So there in the case of descriptive, we are testing the theory. Here we are coming for creating a new theory. So here what logic we are using is, we are from the generalizations we are coming to specific, vice versa of descriptive statistics. So here it is quantitative research, where parametric tools we will be making use of. Okay. So this is a very important basic concept in statistics, which we all should know. Okay. So in the descriptive statistics, as I told you, here we are just testing the theory. That is it. We just understand the problem, what it is, and then based on that we will be collecting the data, and we will be making use of this deductive reasoning, and then we will come to a conclusion. For example, I will tell you, there is one company, maybe we will say that TCS company, they want to go for recruitment. So when they go for recruitment, what is the problem they are facing is the recruited employees, they are not the resource, that skill is not there. Okay, the skill required should be there, and they should match with the income what they are willing to give. They should also accept that income. And the third very important thing is, anybody is recruited, they should sustain there for some years at least. They should not keep on switching, right? So these are the three main problems any recruiters are facing. So here we are going to test a theory, and using what, deductive reasoning, we are going to test the theory. So what is deductive reasoning is, as I told you, we are coming here from generalization to specific. From the general we are coming down to specific. For example, I will tell you, all the IIT students, whoever is recruited, they are very knowledgeable and they are very successful. They have all the skills required, and they also stay in the firm for some years. Okay, so this is the general concept what they are having on IIT students. Now I am saying Jay is an IIT student. So when they comes for interview, will he be selected or not? He will be selected. So general assumption is that IIT students are successful, IIT students are knowledgeable, IIT students will stay in the company, and IIT students have this have already acquired the skills. So in that case, because Jay is an IIT student, he will be recruited. So this is what we are testing the theory, making use of this deductive reasoning. Please understand, here we are making use of only non-parametric tools, and it is a qualitative research. Second one, as I told you, it is called as inferential statistics. In the case of inferential statistics, here we are creating a new theory here. Okay, so there I said it is testing the theory. Here we are creating a new theory. What we do here is, whatever the data collected, with the help of samples, whatever we have done, we will come to some generalization here. So in the case of inferential statistics, we are making use of inductive reasoning. So when I say inductive reasoning, what we are doing here is, here we are not coming from generalization, but from individual we come to an assumption and we apply the theory for generally for all the population. So that is a difference between the deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. So in the case of inductive reasonings, I am giving you an example. Airlines and Air Asia, both these airlines are cost wise it is very less, and many times it is delayed. So what is this is the like specific I am taking. So I am taking specifically only the Southwest Airlines and Air Asia. From this, what general assumptions I will come into is, any airlines which is cost wise is less will always be delayed. That is the specific assumption I come into, which is called as inductive reasoning. Similarly, China and India, they are coming under Asian countries. So we are all developing countries. So what assumptions specifically we will make from the general? We will assume that all the Asian countries are developing. Okay, so this is what is the meaning for inductive reasoning, where here I am studying about the quantitative research, not qualitative, quantitative research we are doing here. And here we are making use of all the parametric tools like t-test, regression, etc. And we are also like doing some hypothesis, all that we will do. So this is what I have shown in this PPT, which is very, very important. Please go through this and understand this basic concept. Now coming to the next one, this is also very important, which we call it as measurement of tools. What do you mean by measurement of scales? Measurement of scales. When we are framing the questionnaire, we will have 4 types of measurement scales we use. One is nominal, another one is ordinal, third one is interval, and the last one we are calling it as a ratio. Okay, so the first two, nominal and ordinal, they are qualitative in nature. So when they are qualitative in nature, obviously we will be making use of only non-parametric tools. Please remember that qualitative in nature, for these two scales, we will make use of only non-parametric tools, like like Whitney U test, or we will have chi-square test, or Spearman ranking correlation, something like that, very mean, median, mode we will use. And the second and third and fourth is interval scales and ratio scales. They are quantitative in nature. When any thing is data is quantitative nature, obviously we will be making use of parametric tools. When I say parametric tools, it can be Pearson correlation, or it can be F test or T test or ANOVA, like MANOVA. All these tools we will be using here. So now coming to nominal scale, I will tell you what is it, and then I can explain to you very clearly. So first one, I am telling you nominal scale. So I told you nominal and ordinal are qualitative in nature. In the case of nominal scale, it is categorical in nature. We divide the data into category. For example, income 15,000 to 25,000, 26,000 to 35,000, 36, then 36,000 to 45,000. That categorization. Religion, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain, like that I am categorizing. Age, between 25 to 35, 36 to 40, 45, like that we are categorizing. That is what is called as nominal scale. Okay. So when we are categorizing here, we are making use of only non-parametric tools. Okay. For example, I will tell you, we can make use of chi-square tool here when I want to find out the relationship between the education and income. Is there any relation based on if they are professional or they getting more income? If they are only a UG like arts college, they study income, are they getting different income? I want to bring about relationship. I can make use of chi-square test here, which is a non-parametric tool. Second one is ordinal. Ordinal means in an order. It will be in one order, it will be, we will be having data. So here also it is a qualitative in nature, and we are making use of non-parametric tools here. For instance, I want to find out the satisfaction of the customer, or I want to find out the happiness of the employee in the organization. I can make use of this ordinal scale, where 5 Likert scale we can use: highly satisfied, satisfied, neutral, not satisfied, highly not satisfied, like that, 5 Likert scale I can make. Here what tools I will be using is Mann-Whitney U-test, Spearman ranking correlation, and as I told you, mean, median, mode, chi-square, all that we can use. For instance, I want to buy an AC. Now it is very hot summer, maybe my old AC is not working, I want to go and buy. For that I can just go for a small survey, like giving the list of all the ACs like Hitachi, Voltas, Blue Star, Daikin, Carrier, and Samsung, all that like Blue Star, everything I will list down. I will give a survey to the consumers, asking them to rank in what order they are satisfied with the how cool it is and how immediately it is cooled, and how a consumption of electricity, the price, all these parameters I will take into account and give it. Ultimately maybe people say Voltas is very good or Hitachi is one. So how I will come to a conclusion? I will make use of this Spearman ranking correlation. Okay, that is the tool I will be using here. Next one is interval scale, where we will have some equal intervals here. For example, temperature. So when I want to know the temperature, equal 10 to 20 degree, 20 to 30 degree, like that we have equal intervals here. So this is coming under as I told you, quantitative in nature. So we will make use of parametric tools like F-test, T-test, ANOVA, or Spearman correlation, all that I can make you. For example, I want to know the marks, and I want to compare it with the gender, whether male students are performing well or female students are performing well. I can have the gender and equal marks, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, like that equal intervals I have marked. I can make use of regression tools. And the last one is called as ratio scales. In the case of ratio scales, the only difference between interval and ratio, we start from 0. That is the only difference between that. Here also it is like I can give one example, like for here height, weight, money, whatever, all that comes under this ratio scale. For example, I want to bring about relationship between age and gender, and how emotionally they are able to control. Here I can make use of Spearman correlation. I can make use of Pearson correlation, and Pearson correlation will help to know whether female are able to have more emotional intelligence or male are going to have more emotional intelligence. So this is how we will be making use of these measurement tools, and then we will be doing. So this is what is the PPT I have already showed you. Now I will go for the next. This is what is called as what are the statistical tools we are using. So as we said, correlation tools and chi-square test and regression analysis and ANOVA we are making use based on the scale of the variable we will be using. So correlation means we are bringing about a relation between continuous variable. okay, height, weight, age, income, all that comes under here in the continuous here. And here, like we will have either, the correlation will be +1 or -1 or 0 depending upon the result what we are getting. Chi-square test, categorical variable, as I told you, gender, income, qualification. So in the case of, like voting preferences, I can make use of that. Regression analysis, here there will be one dependent variable and more independent variables will be there, and I will be using this tool regression analysis. ANOVA, when there is difference among the age group means, here I will make use of ANOVA, and this will help me to get the good result. Okay. So the statistical tools what I am using is depending upon the scale, what I already told you in the previous thing. So when I will be using the correlation is when the variable is continuous. As I told you, income is a continuous variable, height is a continuous variable, age is a continuous variable. In that case, I will be making use of this correlation tool. I will be making use. So if the performance I am comparing, if performance is also good and production is also good, then the answer will be +1. Whereas like if there is a increase in stress, the performance will go down. This will show minus correlation. And sometimes we try to bring about relationship between drinking coffee and intelligence of the people who are drinking. Here it will be no relationship, so it will show only 0. So either it will be +1 or it will be -1 or 0 depending upon this. Chi-square test, as I told you, in the categorical tools, gender, male, female, like that, income, all that categorical I use. Where I want to know the voting preference of the people, if I want to know whether they will vote for BJP or they will vote for Congress or ADMK based on gender, then I can go for Chi-square test. Similarly, online buying, whether gender wise, if they are using more online, and that also I can use Chi-square test. Regression analysis, as I told you, if I want to see how much sales my increase based on the price, advertisement and income, if I want to do regression analysis, I can do, where there is one dependent variable, sale, and lot of independent variables like price, income, and advertisement, all that. ANOVA I will be using when there is differences among the group means. So here I can compare the emotional intelligence levels of 3 different firms. Similarly, the performance of AC also depends upon the income, price, how economical it is. So in that case, I can make use of the analysis. Okay. So this is how we are making use of the statistical tools. Okay. So that is what I have explained here in this, and the next one, I will go for the next in the tool, I will help you.